Well guys, here is the Sig Sauer P226 Mark 25. The Navy SEALs gun. Just kidding. If you believe that, you're naive. The Navy SEALs do use the Sig Sauer P226, but this is not the exact gun they get. It's a very, very crafty marketing scheme by Sig. But well done, I bought one, right? Alright. Well, the Sig Sauer P226 is definitely a old design, a combat-proven design. It's been around for a very, very long time. This iteration here has a 1913 Picatinny rail, the newer style Sig Light night sights, and phosphate-coated internals. That's really the only special stuff you're going to get with this gun. There's nothing really super-duper amazing about it. The only chambering this gun is offered in is 9x19 millimeter, or 9mm Parabellum, or 9mm Luger, or 9mm, whatever you want to call it. The Sig Sauer P226 line is offered in 9mm 357 Sig and 40. So if you're looking for a P226, you can get them in those other chamberings. I like 9mm though. I wouldn't, personally, on a side note, I would not buy a Sig Sauer P226 in anything other than 9mm, for me personally. The size and dimensions of this pistol, you have an overall length of 7.7 inches, a height of 5.5 inches, a width, namely because of this part, of 1.5 inches, a barrel length of 4.4 inches, and a sight radius of 6.3 inches. Actually, this gun has a very, very similar dimensional pattern to the USP-45. So it's it's easy for me to live with. Definitely a good gun. Okay, build quality for the Sig Sauer. On a 1 to 10 scale, I would give this probably about an 8. I know older Sigs, for me personally, will come in at about a 9. Sig is not known for their finish. Their finish is not always the best. It hasn't always held up. I will say that the barrel, though it did wear, just from cycling it, hasn't worn any more, and a few people have told me that's held true so far, and I have about 600 rounds through this gun, and it looks the same as when I cycled about it and bitched about it. Other than that, the rest of the finish is holding up very well, and I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, the field strip on this gun, very easy. Lock it back, rotate that down 90, release, and there's your receiver. You have your recoil spring guide, and your barrel right there. There's your slide. Very easy. Also dirty from shooting. Haven't had a chance to clean it. The barrel quality I like. It's nice and thick, so you can run it through heat cycles without having to stop and let it cool down. Internally, it's built very well. I've never really complained about the Sig Sauer's build quality. Sometimes their fit and finish isn't the best though. You can reference Cokeman's Sig P220 Combat for that example. So when buying one, I would recommend checking to see what the slide fit is and see how it works for you. One thing Sig does that I do like are these very, very long rails. I'm not going to say full length, full frame rails, but they're very long, and I really believe that that's a good feature, and I wouldn't mind seeing it on other guns. So reverse order to put it back. Make sure that's turned back to the right hand position as you're looking at it. East if you want cardinal directions, and release the slide. The Sig Sauer P226 Mark 25 loaded with 15 rounds of 124 grain 9mm ammo is 2 pounds 6.7 ounces. Plus up is 2 pounds 7.2 ounces, and with the TLR 1S weighs in at 2 pounds 11.3 ounces. Your flush fit magazine capacity from the factory is 15 rounds. You can get 18 round mech gars that will still fit flush for the most part, and you can get 20 round extended magazines also from mech gar. Those magazines I would recommend. In fact, these are made by mech gar in Italy. So Sig can't even make their own mags, but these mags have run well. They're kind of a bitch and kind of gritty to load. Until they polish themselves in the mag well, they're kind of hard to reload. and you'll see me in some shooting videos have a little bit of trouble reloading it, but quickly. But it works in over time, and it's wonderful after that. The ergonomics of this pistol are very, very, very well thought out. It does have a high bore access, but that doesn't really matter. I shoot it just like any other gun, so I don't see a problem with it. The grip texture is okay. It's not the best, it's not superior, and it's not inferior. It's definitely, I'm not stippling it, so, and I don't stipple my stuff, so I don't feel like it's going to come out of my hands when I'm shooting it. On to ergonomics, I like where the decocker is located. I hate where the slide release is located. Absolutely hate it. It's very, very easy in any grip, revolver grip, old school grip, high tane, thumbs forward grip, everything, to hold this down while you're shooting. Super duper easy. Borderline annoying. You can train around it though, not a make or break. The trigger on this gun is very good for a combat trigger. It's not as good as everyone says it is. I've had it compared to other triggers. I know someone that shot a P30 versus this, and I have a P30, and side to side you can't tell the difference in overall trigger travel. I will say the double action trigger is a smooth 10 pounds, and the quality of the trigger pull is very, very good. It's very smooth, it's heavy, but it's not stagey. And you can very easily shoot it that way. Now here's my problem with it. The single action reset, okay? First of all, single action, a lot of travel, kind of spongy, and then you get here, very crisp, very nice break. The reset also, you'll reset pretty far past the break, and then you have that much take up back to your break. So, not the super awesome crisp Navy SEAL murder trigger that everybody says it is, but it's not a bad trigger. It's definitely a combat trigger, and I shoot it just fine. I can double tap with it. I can shoot pretty quick with it if I need to. It's just getting my brain to let it out farther. That's all that is. Sights on this gun are wonderful. They're Sig-Lite night sights. They are 3-dot configuration, and they're easy to pick up during the day, and at night they're very bright. I like them a lot. They also have this cute little hook on the end there that allows you to racket off things, which is a nice feature. So Sig took some time in putting this gun together, and it works. It also comes with a 1913 Picatinny rail, as you can tell, because I have the TLR-1S attached to it, and it works. So I'm very happy with it. Overall, my opinion on this gun, is it a good gun? Absolutely. Very shootable, very fun to shoot. It'll fill multiple roles, definitely a duty carry gun. You can concealed carry it if you want, I'm sure. You can use it in a home defense capacity. It's a very diverse handgun. It can even be that gun you have with you everywhere kind of thing. And I like it, you know. And it's the Navy SEALs gun. Is it the super Jesus rockstar gun that everybody says it is? I'm going to reserve judgment on that. I'm going to wait until I get down about 5,000 rounds through the gun. I see it going that far, and I see this gun lasting. It's definitely a rugged firearm. It's not something that, you know, is temperamental that I've seen or anything like that. However, I will say the only ammunition that this gun has been fed is 124 grain ammunition from Cellular and Below, and this Winchester stuff here, the 124 grain 9mm NATO. I don't think this is a plus P load, but it's hot, but it's not plus P. Same thing with the Cellular and Below. It's hot, but it's for sure not plus P. And the self-defense loads I use are 124 grain plus P Golden Sabers bonded. So it's on a steady diet of 124s. I don't shoot 115 grain ammunition through my pistols, so because I wouldn't fight with 115, so there's no reason to get used to it. But that said, great gun. My initial impression of it so far is it's staying in my inventory. I'm confident when I have it. I don't feel outgunned with it. I'm getting the 18-round magazine, so we'll see how that works. And once I get to Texas, I'm getting the threaded barrel, and I'm going to throw a can on it. So, great gun. I can't wait to see, you know, how things go with it and where I end up with it, but it's an absolutely wonderful firearm, and I'm not upset at all that I bought it. I would definitely recommend this gun. Make sure you check your fit and finish before you leave that store. If you cycle it a couple times and it's binding and it's not quite smooth, I would leave that one there. I wouldn't take it home. I'm not saying go to a gun store, pick it up, cycle it 6,000 times and drop it and throw it at the gun store clerk and all this other stuff. Don't do that. But you know, just definitely check the fit and finish before you get out of there. So, because Sig customer service is not that great. So, but other than that, I have a wonderful firearm. I would definitely recommend it. It's a shooter. Everyone that's shot it so far said wow, and it's very, very easy for me to shoot accurately. So the trigger is something you definitely got to learn. If you're a trigger snob, probably don't buy this gun because I don't want to hear your mouth. If you're not a trigger snob, or you're used to combat triggers, or you just don't care, you're willing to learn other firearms and weapon systems, this is a great gun. So the trigger won't even bother you. Outside of that, I don't know what else to say. I'm super happy I got a Navy SEAL gun in my inventory so I can slay body. No, just kidding. But very happy I bought it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, and support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.
It's shooting real nice.